Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Ray Blue, and this is my movie review of Time Bandits. Time Bandits is a 1981 film by Terry Gilliam. The film is the first of Terry's trilogy of imagination. The other two films included the adventures of Baron Munchausen and Brazil, which I will review at another time. As most of Gilliam's films, imagination plays the centerpiece to these movies. With Time Bandits, we follow the adventures of a young boy named Kevin, who is basically kidnapped by a group of misfit dwarves, or little people, who have stolen a map of the universe from God, which shows the portals in time and space that would allow one to travel through time. This band of thieves helped create the world, but have grown bored in heaven and decided to leave paradise and set off on a crime spree through history. By using the map, they are able to steal from one place in time and travel through these portals to another year in order to never get caught with the loot or be charged with a crime. It's actually a great idea. Along the way, being chased by the Supreme Being itself, who demands they return the map, shown quite comically for the most part of the film as a giant, large head floating around with bright lights behind him. These bandits take Kevin along for the ride, and thus he is whisked away on a great adventure through time, coming into contact with historical figures like Napoleon, played by Ian Holm, Robin Hood, played by John Cleese, and King Agamemnon, played by Sean Connery. Craig Warnock, who plays the young Kevin, actually does a fantastic job in the role, especially when considering the veterans actors that surrounded him on the project. The bandits are played by David Rappaport, Malcolm Dixon, Mike Edwards, Jack Purvis, Tiny Ross, and the late great Kenny Baker, whom also performed as R2-D2 in the Star Wars franchise. Also, after this fantastic map, is Evil, played wonderfully by David Warner, who wants it for himself in order to recreate the universe, this time in his own image, or to his own design, as our time-traveling burglars try to outrun the Supreme Being while escaping the clutches of evil. Kevin and the gang are flung into a fantastic adventure that pulls you into a dreamlike world. Yeah. The movie is simply a classic, well, for me. As with all of Gilliam's films, it's a visual masterpiece in nearly every frame of the film, shot on amazing sets and locations with a superb costume and set design. The film is very animated and stunning to watch, actually even by today's standards. Certainly not a surprise coming from Gilliam, who is a cartoonist from the days of Monty Python and who has made a name for himself as a visual director. The film is filled with comic greats who also give wonderful performances, and the movie is hilarious every step of the way. George Harrison of the Beatles was actually an executive producer on the film, contributing both funding as well as the closing credits song called Dream Away. Gilliam himself has stated that the lyrics to the song are notes on the director's behavior during the film's production, to which Terry has also developed a reputation for having, quite a reputation for. Though Harrison's song does close the film, Gilliam did not wish to have songs performed by Harrison in the soundtrack, which may have caused a little tension between the two. While some of the special effects are a bit dated, Gilliam's use of practical effects and wonderful imagery has allowed the film to hold its own even today. As the time of its release, 1981, the movie received critical acclaim and was a box office success, grossing over $40 million on a mere $5 million budget. That's pretty good. It actually remains today to be Terry's most financially successful film. The movie also put Gilliam on the map in Hollywood and with U.S. audiences, and it would allow him to pursue other films, like Brazil and 12 Monkeys, Zero Theorem, a few others. This is truly a must-see movie for the whole family. Even after 35 years, it has by far one of the best fantasy films of all time. A lovely, fun, and hilarious masterpiece that stimulates your imagination, as Gilliam himself has said. It's intelligent enough for children and exciting enough for adults. Time Bandits should definitely reside in every family's home movie collection. I think so. At least any collection worth its salt. Thank you for watching. Please comment below with your thoughts on Time Bandits or other fantasy films you've enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, tell your friends, and help spread the madness.